Hello guys, Megan and JC, and today what I want to be discussing is the age-old question of, is this life a dream? Why is it every time I die in my sleep, I wake up in another reality, this one to be more precise? And what if I died here? Would I actually go to heaven, hell, bardo, purgatory? Or would I just wake up in another reality? One parallel to this one, where the same things happen, but the unfortunate event. Now, isn't it strange how most of us have the same questions to ask, even though we may have not even discussed the same topics? There is a reason as to why we all want to know certain things. That is the reason as to why you guys clicked on this video, and I'm going to try my best to tell you guys my findings. Because I stopped asking myself, is this life a dream? Simply because I discovered what it actually is. Okay? And I did this through constant meditations. So first, let me take you to the beginning of when I, had that question in mind. And then hopefully, as we go through this video, you guys will start to, click. Things will click for you. And you'll be like, oh, okay, now it makes sense. And who knows? Maybe, just maybe, you'll be into manipulating this dream, just like many manipulate their dreams at night. Many of you already probably know that I'm into astral projection. It's when I leave the body. Okay, now this video won't be on that, but I have to say it for the sake of this video. So I'm into that. Astral projection, all that stuff. If you want to see more videos on that, just check out my YouTube channel. If there was one thing that I got out of that skill, which has benefited me throughout my entire life in many different states of awareness, that would be my uncanny ability to be self-aware. Not of just, myself, but of everything. Or is everything me? Now, the reason why I say that is because when I decided to put down astral projection for a while, I stumbled into lucid dreaming instead. As I embarked within that journey within my mind, I discovered that there was so much wrong with my psychology. And that is mainly because your subconscious mind, all of your suppressed thoughts, your traumas, everything, the things that you want to do, shows up within your dream state. Now, if you're unconscious, you'll be, carrying out what you want to do in the dream state. But what if you've done everything already? What if you no longer have any desires to do, pretty much anything? And what if you learn how to clear your mind as you went to sleep? Well, then you wouldn't dream about your wants and your needs and the suppressed thoughts, emotional feelings, and so forth, etc., etc., etc. No. You'll actually end up discovering something whilst lucid dreaming. And that would be the main theme around the lucid dream, how it's built, and how it's used, how this larger aspect of your subconscious mind is using certain things within your environment within the lucid dream in order to get you to become either self-aware or to learn a lesson. And once you become self-aware that you're dreaming, usually it's after you've learned your lesson, then you'll start to pick apart the lucid dream and discover how your mind is actually fabricating this reality. Then, once you've done that, you wake up here with this strange amount of awareness. And when that happens, that is when you start to see the similarities in how this place is built and how your lucid dreams are built. So let's look at some of these uncanny similarities, okay? First off, in a lucid dream, there is a main theme around the lucid dream, right? That main dream will often be what the soul wants to experience, whether that be a wedding, whether that be a party, whether that be you just walking on a beach or a pier, seeing or catching up with old friends. And the theme would be tied into the lesson that you need to learn within the lucid dream. Say, for example, if you've suspected your boyfriend or girlfriend of cheating. A part of you knows that it's true and a part of you just doesn't quite want to come to terms with it. So you go to sleep into your lucid dream and that then manifests within the lucid dream. But your subconscious mind is very clever. Okay, it's not stupid. It knows that if you're too caught up in the activity that you may lose yourself. You may become emotional. You may not be so aware. You may be so unconscious that you just get angry and start fighting. Okay, and then you wake up saying that you had a nightmare. It was terrible. So your subconscious mind will protect you from those emotions because it knows that you need to stay aware enough so that you can observe the situation. So it will do that by giving you the opportunity to see another couple who are having the same issue. Then by observing that couple, you stay emotionally detached. But subconsciously, that part of you that is creating and orchestrating the dream will actually put some of your traits in her, some of his traits in him, the way he carries himself and so forth, even their scenario. You can overhear what's going on when that event may have taken place and how similar that place is compared to the place here in 3D. When you're outside of that dream, when you're here in 3D and you take a walk, isn't it strange as to how you're overhearing certain conversations? How you're seeing specific vehicles, cars, maybe ones that you've wanted to buy for a while. Maybe the right person just shows up at the right time, a complete stranger, and says a thing, something which just triggers you. It could be a taxi driver, it's happened to me once, it was very on the nose. It could be a homeless person on the street. It could be an old lady that you're helping out. So a complete stranger will just say something that causes you to, well, observe your life and observe your situations and puts everything into perspective. Doesn't it feel strange when they're doing that? Doesn't it feel like maybe a higher power is orchestrating everything, right? Sometimes you can even watch another couple having a problem, similar problem that you've had within your past, that you're still, well, having a hard time getting over. And then you see this, and it makes you wonder, you're emotionally detached from the situation. Exactly in the same way that you were emotionally detached from the situation within your lucid dream. When I realized that within this wakeful state, I was becoming aware of these reflections of my life, the experiences, even my mannerisms, that feeling that I felt that something was guiding me to discover these things, I realized I felt that before. I felt it the night before and previous nights before that. I felt it when I was in the lucid dream, when I felt as if I should be listening to that person over there. I should be walking down that cobble street road. I should be doing this. I should be acting like that. The same feeling within that dream, which was nothing more than my subconscious mind that was orchestrating the event, that same feeling was realized here. So what does that say about this reality? What does that say about the people in this reality? So, I decided to go back into lucid dreaming, just to discover more about how the place was built before I started to look for those things here, okay? Once I learnt the life lessons within my lucid dream, once I started to clear up all the things that I needed to do, another thing happened. I decided to take control as to how everything was pieced together. I wanted to fly, I flew. I wanted to make somebody say something, I made them say something. I wanted to make them look a certain way, I'd shapeshift their body. If I wanted more people in the room, I'd create more people. If I wanted to be alone, blast them out of the entire building, right? I started to take control of the color of the ground, the color of the sun. Heck, I'll have 2 suns, maybe 4, 3. I became pretty creative in my lucid dream state. And that part of me in the lucid dream that, well, played the roles of other people, that created the walls and the textures and the plant life and the atmosphere. That part of me that created the rules in order to keep me unconscious, which is nothing more than a series of beliefs. And the more you buy into the series of beliefs within the dream, the more unconscious you are. I actually noticed that. Maybe somebody was buying a car, right, in the lucid dream. If I was to focus on the car, the metal of it, the texture, if I was to focus and get caught up in what it would be like to drive the car and how I needed this car, the belief that I needed that car, all of a sudden my awareness would turn off and I'd become really unconscious inside of the dream. Not just with cars, but with a lot of things within the dream. If I stayed true to the rules of that dream, I would stay unconscious. It was only when I started to question those rules, question those belief systems that I had to abide by within that lucid dream that I decided to step out of the picture, so to speak, and realize what the picture was made out of, realize what was anchoring me to that unconscious state of mind within that dream space. So now 2 things have happened. I've become self-aware of myself in every illusion that I've created for myself. And I've also become self-aware of the fact that certain belief systems within the dream tie me down into an unconscious state of, well, existence. You can kind of guess what I was about to do next, right? After waking up very slowly in this reality, I slowly opened my eyes, I sat up, and I just felt everything. The same way I'm doing it right now. The same way I was doing it inside the lucid dream. Connecting to those other aspects of myself. I was just sat here like this, and it never turned off. As soon as I turned it on, it's still on. And some days it would get louder than others, and some days it would just shrink. But it was always there. I could always feel myself in everything. And that shift happened during the lucid dream state. It's like a new level of connectivity. You can feel the intents of people. You can feel their rules, their set of belief systems, which keep them grounded within their reality, their choices. And it's like I understood how this reality was pieced together because I understood the illusions of these other aspects of myself within the lucid dream that played a certain role within that themed existence. Then I started to play with this world. I got bored of playing with my lucid dreams, and I decided to play with this dream. I no longer believed that everything in this reality was real, because I could sit here, close my eyes, and feel the construct of consciousness, my subconscious or the outer exterior subconscious mind, which is orchestrating everything. Some people call it God. Some people call it the higher self. Some people will call it spirit guides. Some people will call it divination systems. These are all aspects of yourself that have a certain amount of sway over this reality. So when it comes to what's real, I was struggling with this question for a while actually, and what made it difficult to accept was the fact that there is no such thing as reality. Okay, there is nothing real about anything other than the fact that you can experience it, if that makes any lick of sense. So basically, what you observe, if it's a reflection of you, then just because it's a reflection of you, that's what makes it real. You see? The fact that it's a part of you, it's a part of your consciousness, incarnate in any shape or form, whether it be a physical object, air in the air, people, plant life. If it's live, if it's conscious, it's a reflection of you, and because it's a reflection of you and you definitely exist, then what you're actually experiencing is existence. Existence, overall, is reality, and inside of your dream state, even if that's a reflection of you, creating the theme, the car, the house, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, the holiday, any dream you're having, if it's a reflection of consciousness, consciousness is you, you know that you exist, so that dream is real. You don't question a dream when you're inside of it, do you? Because you're unconscious. And a lot of people here in 3D are so unaware of the programming, that being the belief systems which keep them down into a low vibrational state of being, that it's preventing them from waking up, from ascending, from becoming lucid in 3D, from noticing the similarities between this dimension and how it's built and the dimension within the dream state. It keeps them completely unaware and cut off from their higher self or the outer subconscious mind. So is life a dream? Yeah, it is. Life gets a heck of a lot less stressful when you look at it as a dream. It's just a dream. You can change whatever you want. You can play with it. You can do anything you want in this life. If you're going to sleep and you're noticing that this dream, oh, I'm just dreaming. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I just killed somebody in this dream. It doesn't matter. It might be a bit extensive, but it happens. You hit somebody in a dream, you say something you previously shouldn't have said inside of a dream to somebody you love, somebody you hate. You're in prison in the dream and you're thinking, crap, my life has just gone down the drain. And then you begin to become lucid that you're dreaming. And it's like, oh, doesn't matter. I'll wake up soon. And as your perception of time completely changes, you wake up out of that dream and you wake up into this reality. How much time have I got left? Okay, let's go into it a little deeper. Once I became aware of this existence and how it was pieced together, I decided to astral project into the astral realms. All of the astral planes are basically like this one. They don't look the same, but it's predicated upon the same set of rules, in the sense that all astral planes, all entities, beings, entity just means a being that's able to exist outside of the body and is aware of its own consciousness. Certain words make people freak out when they hear the word entity. They think of demon and so forth. We'll just think about it as it actually is. Google these things. If you're afraid of the connotations behind certain words and look it up, you'll find out that it's actually not that bad. So, certain entities out there, certain people in the astral realms, constructs of the astral realm, all of that is actually nothing more than an aspect of, the outer subconscious mind, or in other words, the source of all consciousness, which is creating these experiences. When you look at it from that perspective, any experience in the astral realm is for your benefit. It's kind of strange when you look at it like that, but once you get there, you'll understand what I mean. Then you go to another level of the astral realms, and again, it's built the same way. Certain rules take place within the astral realm, which builds this structure, which creates the entities, everything. And then you go up to another plane of dimension. All throughout these dimensions, belief systems are there. Entities are there with certain levels of consciousnesses, which are grounded to those dimensions, who think that they are separate in some of them. Some of them know that they are all the same thing. So it makes you wonder, what if I became lucid here? What's the next step? How would I escape out of this dream? Where would I go if I woke up? Well, then you usually go to an astral plane. You end up experiencing life, reality outside of this dimension, which looks completely different because usually when you go to sleep, your dreams will reflect this dimension because it's taking information from where you've been. But when you wake up out of this dimension and you go higher and higher and higher up, they start to resemble less and less and less of this dream state, of this reality here in 3D. And they start to become very different in shape, structure, and form. Until you become so awake, you get to the source of your mind. It's kind of like an external meditation. You sit here and you meditate and you go through all these layers of your subconscious mind until eventually you reach the self. Full circle. There is this theory going on within the movie The Matrix, and I swear every time I used to watch that, I would know something a little bit more, and I invite you guys to look at it again. Pick up those DVDs, even if you don't like the animation. Just watch it. It will wake you up on a deep level. There is this theory about The Matrix, or rather, I might as well just say how it is. The Matrix itself, if you watch those videos, those DVDs, those streams, however you want to watch it online, you'll realize something pretty profound about The Matrix. In that movie, the twins that created it depicted a story about Neo, the guy who was waking up, right? And as he woke up out of one-dimensional existence based upon certain belief systems, he came into Zion, which again had its own set of belief systems. That being that they needed somebody to save them. This war between the machines. How they were being used as batteries to power up that reality. Which makes no sense because the human body doesn't have that much energy. This is the conclusion which a lot of people are coming to, including myself. And that is that Zion, Machine City, is nothing more than another tier of the Matrix. Another level of thought. It's another dimension in the existence of, well, observed causality. Or in other words, they came out of one dream state and they've gone into another one, that being Zion Machine City. There are little hints within the Matrix of this fact, how there are 6 versions of the Matrix, 6 realities, and that there will always be that 1% of society that are asleep that start to wake up because they don't agree with that society. And the machines figured out a way to deal with them, just put them into another dimensional plane of existence where the rules of that game, well, basically nothing more than let's make them think that they've escaped out of one dream. And let's wake them up into another one. If you want to see a more in-depth video which describes the Matrix itself, then I'll put their video in the description below. It's by another YouTuber called Film Theory. I'm Ryan Jesse Ryan James Cropper. This has been Your Potential. I'll speak to you all pretty soon. Peace.